Maybe you can take them through a few different grades in middle school or whenever it happened, high school perhaps, and imagine them. So it is okay to use 2 or 3 different episodes, having them open their eyes between each, but having them put themselves back there, using what does it look like, what does it sound like, what does it feel like, or is there anything to smell, can you smell the classroom, is there anything to taste, are you chewing gum, anything you can involve the senses with, go ahead and do that. And so stacking 3 anchors here just to make sure that they're really in touch with that can be very helpful. So what do you have now? You have a resource anchor for intelligence that's resourceful, that's helpful, and you have an anchor for frustration, not very resourceful or helpful except in this work that we're doing here and now with them. So the way we want to do this, as you may have already guessed, is we want to have them, after we've got these anchors installed, we want to have them think about how intelligent they are, and while they're doing that, we're touching their arm, wherever it is on their arm, we're touching it. Wherever we touched them before, we're touching them again on their arm. And then we want to have them think about their frustration in math as a child or as it happened in the past. Remember, we're changing their personal history, so we're reaching into the past in their minds. So we're having them think of the time or a time when they were frustrated in math. And then we're touching their knee. So we're going from their arm when we're talking about their intelligence, and then we're going to their knee when we're talking about their frustration. Okay, now we're telling them a story. We're telling them essentially a story. We're telling them something along these lines. I want you now to think about how intelligent you are. And as I'm saying that, I'm touching their arm. I want you to think about how powerful and intelligent you are, and what an amazing person you are. You're smart, you're intelligent, you're witty, you're everything that you can think of relating to intelligence. Okay, you're telling them that. And I want you to take this with you. This is what you're telling the patient now. I want you to take this with you to the past. I want you to take this with you into the past and give that good feeling of being intelligent to that young child that you were. And at that point, you're touching their knee or wherever else the anchor may be for frustration. Okay? And then you're repeating that. I want you again to think about how intelligent you are, and I want you to think about going back to the past now and talking to that young child. Now you're touching the knee, you're moving to the knee, and telling them how intelligent they are. And let them feel how good it feels to be intelligent. Okay? Now, as you continue doing this, what I want you to do is touch their arm and talk about how intelligent they are. Continue touching their arm, and while you're doing that with your other hand, touch their knee, okay? So, first you're just touching here, and then you're touching their knee. You're touching here in order, one after the other, touching here, then touching their knee. Then you can do it again, touching here, then touching their knee. Then what I want you to do is touch here, maintain the touch, and touch their knee at the same time. So we've got both of them firing off at the same time. We are connecting them. We are changing their personal history in that moment. So it's more powerful once we get to that point. We're not just taking this and bringing it into there, taking this, bringing it here. We're keeping this alive. We're keeping this firing off. We're keeping that at a peak state or as close as possible to that. And at the same time, we're touching their knee. Okay, so we would do that a couple times as well. All right, and then we have them open their eyes, and we have them, as a test, think about math. And they should tell us that their thoughts are positive about math. They feel that they're very intelligent, and they have wonderful feelings about math. Now, as you can imagine, you can bring any resource you want. You can bring fun into this, you can bring excitement, you can bring curiosity into this, whatever you want. And you can also be dealing with any particular situation. It could be anything at all. It could be smoking. Maybe they started smoking at an early age, and you want to bring intelligence into that, the intelligence of knowing that smoking is very harmful. So you want to bring that to that young child. You want to bring confidence to that young child so they don't start smoking, things like that. You can see how changing a personal history is very helpful and very powerful. But the main test, of course, as always, is how are they going to actually do in math? Are they going to sign up for that class that they've been putting off? Are they going to, what are they going to do with it? And I also want you to keep in mind what's written in the upper left, which is that while you're doing this, while you're touching here and touching here at the same time, tell them that you want them to relive this memory in a new way. That's the essence of changing personal history. So while you're touching here and here both times, here and their knee, both at the same time, you want to add that phrase in there. Relive this memory in a new way.